Hello, Kindred Spirits, and welcome to my spiritual oasis. Here, weary souls come to find inner wisdom and peace. So today we are going to be channeling Soulful 7 messages for you. So soul-filling, cup-filling, spiritually filling messages from Spirit, Universe, God to you. Messages for you to take with you through the next week, the next 5 to 7 days. As per usual, everything is intuitive, nothing is prepared. So there will be links in the description bar below. Pause the video if you need to determine which group is for you, which group has your message. And to keep in mind that these are general readings in your group. Your message actually might be a combination of readings. So today we have our mermaid energy guiding our conversation today. So I feel like our messages in general are going to be a little bit more focused on the water elements, a little bit more emotional. Like, we will see what the mermaids have in store for us. That's just kind of what I'm vibing right now. So without further ado, we are actually going to get right into the groups. Hello, group number 1, and welcome to your reading. I'm going to go ahead and give our mermaid oracle. Okay. All right. Well, she said, hey. Okay. Positivity had to pop out. She popped out. She was like, hey, boos. Hey, group number 1. All right. So we have positivity as our guiding message today for you, group number 1. And I'm feeling it. I'm vibing. Okay. You know what? Positivity is so useful. I feel like even positively, just even reading this made me smile. And I feel like smiling in general and just having positive, uplifting energy just kind of lifts you out of any situation. So even if you're not feeling like the best, you know, you're having the best day, or that the circumstances of a situation are working in your favor, I feel like positivity, just smiling even through some of the challenging times, and understanding that even the difficulties, even the difficult times are working in your favor, are working for you to, you know, working towards abundance and prosperity for you. So I'm just really feeling intensely that some of you might need to hear this message. And you know, if you are already a bubbly and a light person, I feel like the message is to continue on, and that your positive, vibrant energy is not going unnoticed by the universe. The universe sees you. The universe feels your vibes, okay? So yes, continue on with your lively energy. And for those of you maybe who are needing a little bit of encouragement, maybe you're going through a difficult time right now, I feel like the message for you is that, you know, looking on the brighter side of things, looking at the positive side of potential challenges or struggles is going to help you keep a positive attitude, and therefore attract more positive energy. Now, that is not to say that you can never be sad, you can never feel disappointed, you know. It's not saying that you can't feel the reality of your emotions. I feel like what it's saying is that even if you are sad, like, yes, acknowledge that, but then turn it to positivity, turn it to, you know, turn the channel basically. And I'm just getting the message here that will lighten your spirit. Literally smiling just picks up your whole mood. Like when someone smiles at you, sometimes it might feel a little weird, you know, when a stranger smiles at you, but I feel like when you do that too, or when someone just smiles at you for no reason, that it literally lifts, like, you smile back at them usually. You might think that they're off or something like that. Like, after the moment passes, you're like, okay, that was a little different. But I feel like in general, you reciprocate that positive energy. And I'm just getting the message here that doing more of that, and staying in a space that is really positive and uplifting is going to be beneficial for you. So we have some really beautiful cards for you today that I feel like is just magnifying this conversation. So we have the Spirit of Wands, which is all about enthusiasm and adventure. And I feel like the message here from our mermaid guides is that, you know, as you keep a positive attitude towards things, I feel like that's going to open up adventures for you. It's going to open up opportunities for you. And I feel like the message is also to stay enthusiastic and to chase your dreams and lean into your creative and your passion projects. We also have our Queen of Cups. I said water energy, right? I vibed it. We have our Queen of Cups. So our Queen of Cups is all about authenticity. She is, to me, that very, like, leans into not only the feminine energy, but also, like, the divine feminine energy. But she also leans into that, you know, the cups energy, which is emotional, which is spiritual. And I feel like, you know, our Queen of Cups is really about authenticity. And I feel like the message here is to get in touch with your authentic self. Get in touch with who you are on a core level, on an emotional level, on a spiritual level. And then in our star, so our star is all about hope. Our star is all about promises. I feel like our star is about positive promises. I feel like our star is about, you know, harmony, a renewal. You know, as I think of a star in the heavens or in the sky, you know, it's the light in the darkness, right? It's the beacon of hope. It is the guide to a more positive, uplifting experience, and to the light itself, like that light energy, that positive, uplifting energy. So I do feel like the star is calling you to be in harmony with yourself. Like the Queen of Cups and the star energy, I feel like it's speaking a similar conversation. This idea of renewal. So if you are kind of a pessimistic person, if you are a little bit more on the lean towards some of the negative energy, I feel like your message today is to lean more into positivity, renew your mind, renew your spirit and your emotional state by leaning into more positive energy. And this will just bring like blessings in your life is what I'm getting. Leaning into your own authentic self, being comfortable with who you are emotionally and spiritually, I feel like will align you in many ways to your calling and your purpose. Oh my gosh, how fitting. So we have Samphire here. The keyword in Samphire is adventure. And that is definitely connected with our Spirit of Wands energy that is also about an adventure and enthusiasm. I feel like this is a calling to pursue something that, to go on an adventure, pursuing something that is going to tap into your creativity, that is going to, something that is authentic to you, that is going to tap into your, you know, something that you're passionate about, something that is either connected or related to spirituality or is very much solely connected to your just creative and like creativity and the creativity that lives inside of you. And I feel like as you go on this adventure of authenticity, of being more authentic and being more true to yourself and getting in harmony with yourself and renewing your mind and your perspective on life in all its facets, I feel like, you know, that is kind of your adventure for some of you is what I'm getting. And it's a big adventure. It's a big adventure to go on. Oh my gosh. This is so connected right here. Okay, so we have Tiger's Eye. What I see in our Tiger's Eye is this idea of overcoming your fears. And oh my gosh, I feel like this message is so related and connected to literally everything we've been talking about, especially our Queen of Cups energy, about that authenticity and tapping into your true authentic self. There is going to be a need for you to overcome your fears, overcome obstacles as it relates to you know, yourself and some fears that might come up as you go along. Like, being authentic is really challenging to do. I feel like, especially in the world we live in now, where so many things are curated. So many things are made to look attractive, made to attract people, made to sell an idea or a certain aesthetic or thought or belief or something. It's really like, in many ways, it is unreal. And so I feel like going on this journey of authenticity, going on this journey of finding who you truly are, what what your path is, what your voice sounds like, and really getting in alignment and getting in harmony with your authenticity. There are going to be some fears that come up. What do people think about me? What do my family think about me? What do my friends think about me? And I am getting the message, if that is resonating with you on some level, I do feel like the people that are meant to be in your life are going to support you as you grow. I feel like, sometimes, there's the phrase about people, sometimes people are in your life for a season, and some people are meant to be in your life for long term and have longevity. And the message that I am getting here about that as well is that, we all grow and change. And if people are staying stagnant and they're not growing, but they're frowning their nose up at you for growing and expanding, then you know what? Maybe it's time to upgrade. Maybe it's time to shed that skin and allow, because I just get the snake energy here, this idea of shedding your skin so that you can grow. Like, you can't grow in the same space, that you're in. Like, you have to shed your skin so that you can, nurture this new you, this new manifestation of yourself and of your energy. So then we also have Birch joining in on the conversation today. And, the key word for Birch is foundation. So I feel like, as we discover, as you enthusiastically discover your true authenticity and you tap into your true power, I feel like this idea of a foundation, like, I feel like at this point, especially if you are feeling maybe that you're ungrounded in many ways, maybe you feel scattered, maybe you feel unfocused, I feel like this idea of building your life, at least from this point forward, on this idea of foundation, grounded energy that really focuses in on stability and longevity. So I'm thinking like Pentacle energy, Earth energy, right? We are building our life, our walls, our house, our building on a sturdy and strong foundation so that it can withstand the storms that come and go. That's a part of life. Change is the only guarantee. So the trigger statement for Birch is, I am rejected, but the truth is I am accepted. You have the strength to stand firm in your decision. Honor your feelings and pursue the path you are feeling called to. So I feel like this idea of pursuing the path that you are called to is really, in general, the crux of our conversation today. This idea of pursuing your path, enthusiastically going on this adventure of, enthusiastically pursuing your authenticity, overcoming fears as you go, being in a harmony and renewing kind of who you are. And like, again, with that renewal energy, this idea again of the snake shedding its skin also comes to mind for that. So, life in general is an adventure. So I feel like as we go on this adventure, really leaning into this idea of positivity and a positive attitude, I feel like is going to make this the adventure itself and not just the outcome. The adventure itself is the story. That is, to me, the beautiful part, the transformation, the transition, because at the end you're going to be, you're going to have abundance and blessings, but I feel like it's the journey itself. Like, we go through the journey for the outcome, yes, but it is the journey, in fact, that we remember, that we recall, that we tell to other people. You know, it's the actual journey and the pursuit of the journey, the trials and tribulations and the things that we overcome. That is what we take with us moving forward and what we remember from the experience. So these are the general messages for you, group number 1, and we're going to go ahead and shuffle our soul truth cards and add 3 of those to the conversation. So the intent of this section of our reading is for you to select one of these cards, one of these questions, to contemplate, to ponder on as you go through the week. It's like a little bit of soul homework, if you will, something to meditate on, to think through, to journal on for the week. So let's see what card we have. The first card we have, am I clear on what my soul really wants? This card comes up a lot. It's a good question. Take out the shoulds and the limitations. Get out of your head and pay attention to your heart's desires instead. If you knew it was impossible to fail, what would you do? Wherever you go, go with all your heart. So your soul action for the week is to ask yourself, what is it that your soul really wants? What does your heart crave? And then take a step in that direction. It's a solid card. I really quite enjoy it when it shows up. Am I clear? I feel like that's really what we've been talking about as you go on this journey of authenticity. I feel like that's you getting clear on what your soul really wants. So I think it's beautiful that question popped up. Okay, so we're over here just throwing cards. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Do I believe I am worthy? You are worthy. You are deserving and you are loved. Start seeing the divine beauty within you and go out and claim the life you have dreamt up. Your crown has been bought and paid for. Put it on your head and wear it. That quote is from Maya Angelou. So your soul's action for the week is to go for a big goal or dream you have. Ask yourself, do I feel worthy of this? And tell yourself every day, I am worthy of it all. Your crown has been bought and paid for. Put it on your head and wear it. I love that quote. Beautiful. Do I believe I am worthy? And I feel like if the question is no, or even if the question is, well, some things or sometimes or depends on the situation, I feel like there's definitely some soul work to do. There's some leaning in to do for that. And then our third and final soul truth card and a question that you can select this week is, does my life have room for more pleasure and play? Yes. In what area are you lacking pleasure right now? Maybe in certain relationships or with work? Is it possible to shift the seriousness of life to experiencing a more creative, wild, and playful side of you? The soul action for this week is, what would happen if you added more play and laughter into your life? What area is lacking this right now? Take time to play. Let go of any need to produce anything. You know, us workaholics out there, which I feel like is like 70% of the American population anyway. I'm sure this pertains to, other places as well. But, yeah. Take a break. Enjoy life. Life is not just about productivity. Life is not just about pursuit and going forth and conquering the world, right? It's also about enjoying life, enjoying your experience, enjoying the thing, leaning into the fruits of your labor, eating an apple. You planted the tree, you prepared the soil, you planted the seed, you watered it, you nurtured it as it grew over the years, and now you get to enjoy the fruit. So I feel like that's the message there in that question. It's a really solid question and something to work on. I'm getting the message for some of you, and I'm going to go ahead and add myself into that for some of us. So group number 1, these are the messages that I have channeled for you today. I certainly hope this was helpful for you. I hope this was uplifting for you. If it was, make sure to drop a comment and let me know what resonated. Let me know also what question you decided to select for the week. What question are you moving forward with for your week? Click a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as liking my Facebook page and checking out my Etsy shop, where I curate content there to help you on your spiritual and your life journey. And I also wanted to take a moment to highlight my website as well, because I do post 3 card readings a couple times a week there. So if you're get into the middle of your week and you need a little bit of a message, then you can certainly check out my website. Again, all the links to everything is going to be in the description. So thank you so much, group number 1, for your time and your energy, and I will see you in an upcoming video. Bye. Hello, group number 2, and welcome to your reading. I am going to go ahead and shuffle our mermaid deck. What messages do the mermaids have for group number 2 today? Soul-filling messages for group number 2. What is the focus of our conversation today? Break free. Ooh. Wow. I don't know how well you can see this. Break free. There are so many ways that we can be bound, that we can be trapped. We can be trapped in our own minds. We can be emotionally trapped. We can be trapped in relationships. But I feel like the common denominator here is us making the decision, us deciding that we want to get out of whatever this unfulfilling situation is. And I really like this idea of breaking free, because I feel like it implies that there will be some sort of resistance, right? Because there's change. If you're not free and you are trying to obtain freedom, there's going to be some level of change happening and some sort of resistance always to change, whether that is in us or in our environment or the people around us, whatever the case may be, maybe a combination thereof. But I really value this idea of freedom. It could be my Venus in Sagittarius, where I just really value freedom. And freedom means so many different things to me. To me, mostly though, it's about choices. It's about having choices. And when I don't feel like I have choices, I feel away. Okay, I feel a way about it. So I feel like a good question for you maybe is to, answer this question. What is freedom to you? What do you need to break free from? And what does freedom mean to you? So we have our 6 of Cups, which is about healing and serenity. So yes, I'm feeling more an emotional bondage potentially for some of you. And, this can manifest in a number of different ways. And it could be in a romantic relationship. It could be, a familial type of situation, or a friendship even that is toxic or difficult. And it could even just be inner emotional stuff. Like it could be, for some of you, like root work that needs to be done. And, healing from past situations, or even, maybe even some decisions that you've made that were questionable. And it's like forgiving yourself and moving forward and freeing yourself of that, I feel like is also a potential message for you, group number 2. So we also have the moon. Ooh, it's all about intuition and illusion. And I'm also feeling intensely. I'm going to pick another card from here, but I'm also going to pick a moonology card as well. I'm going to get a moon card because I'm feeling like that needs to happen. But I feel like when the moon card also comes up, I feel like it could also be telling you to pay attention to your dreams as well. If you are not dream journaling, I feel like doing some dream journaling could really bring about some messages for you that are really beneficial for you. And that is potentially a way that the universe is communicating with you is through your dreams. But I feel like in general, it's really about trusting your intuition and not being tricked, right? Because the moon could also be about illusion. But I feel like seeing things for what they really are. And I'm getting the message for some of you that, you know, it's not about blame, you know? So if it's, you know, if you're relating to some sort of conflict or discord in some side of relationship, whether it's in a romantic partnership or other, I feel like the message here is that it's not about blaming either person. I feel like it's about getting down to the truth of it. Again, not eluding yourself into thinking that it's all them or whatever, but taking your part of the responsibility. And I feel like that keeps you in a place of power as well, when you can acknowledge some of the issue that you have participated in as well, whatever that might be. So we are gonna, okay, hello. It's time to take action, new moon in Aries. I definitely feel like this could be talking about taking action, you know, again, related to that relationship or emotional type of energy that we're talking about here. This idea of breaking free, like taking action. Breaking is an action in pursuit of freedom. So I feel like, I also feel like breaking is a very Aryan, it's a very Aries energy right there. It's very on point with our Ram. So this idea of taking action, of, you know, putting energy behind the changes that you want to see. And then in our Five of Rings, this idea of insecurity, this idea of recovery, and healing to me are really kind of tied together. But I do feel like the recovery, the healing is coming from you leaning into your intuition, trusting yourself, you know. You're not crazy. Whatever you are feeling, whatever you are experiencing is real. And, you know, it requires your attention, I feel like, is what Aries is saying. Like, it's time to take action. It requires your attention. You need to do something. You need to act. That's what the breaking free means. And I feel like, again, answering the question of what does freedom mean to you? What does that mean to you? And how is that impacting your life, or how could that impact your life? And then we have Hawthorne coming to the table with the message of sacred. And I feel like your desires, the things that you want to see in your life, in your world, is it's sacred space. And the things that you desire matter. And I feel like respecting that sacred energy, that energy that is your truth, leaning into your intuition, following your, you know, what your soul is leading you to do, what your spirit is leading you to do, and holding sacred the boundaries that you set forth. You know, when you break free, when you move into this new space, when you recover from, you know, whatever the struggle may be, whether it's physical and or emotional, I feel like once you break free and you know, occupy this new space, I feel like the message there is, you know, in sacred is that then hold to it, you know, set the boundaries that you didn't set before. Lean into, you know, sacred time for soul and spiritual growth. You know, I feel like if you're listening to this video right now, you're definitely leaning into the idea of putting, you know, your spiritual growth and your spirituality as an important place in space. So partaking in this adventure every week and leaning into your spiritual side of things is definitely important for you to lean into as a sacred space and sacred energy. And we have our shungite being added to the conversation with the message of detoxing your life. So again, I feel like it's an emotional detox. I'm feeling like it's at the core, it's an emotional, and for some of you, potentially like you violated yourself on a soul level by ignoring your emotions, by not listening to your intuition, by not following your heart and what your soul and your spirit is telling you. And I'm feeling like that could have manifested in physical ailments or mental duress and distress as well. And I'm getting the message here from our shungite that, you know, breaking free and detoxing to me is about, you know, breaking free also from your own scrutiny. Like, yo, sometimes we can be the most hurtful to ourselves in our own heads. You know, just living in the past and being our own worst enemy in many ways as we beat ourselves down for making mistakes. Instead of being like, you know what, I'm human and all humans do indeed make mistakes. Like, that's a part of the deal, you know, of being a corporeal being on this earth. So, you know, we have the Tiver being added to the conversation with the keyword of reconnect. The triggering statement here for this essential oil is, I need to escape. I'm feeling that heart with the moon energy, this idea of escapism. But the truth is, I am present. So being in your present moment, not being an ostrich, you know, sticking your head in the sand and acting like things are just going to disappear without you having to put any work or effort into it. I feel like the message here is that being in the present moment, tackling the things that you need to tackle. Again, this idea of taking action, breaking free, doing something, moving forward. And once you break free, to then put yourself into a position, you know, cleansing your life, releasing these energies, freeing yourself of bondage mentally and emotionally, and opening yourself up to the fact that, you know what, we all make mistakes. And now we're in a space now where we are reconnecting. This idea of reconnecting to yourself, to spirit, getting in alignment, to trusting your intuition, all of that energy. So this is a root chakra work. For some of you doing root chakra work and exercises, I do some root chakra work on my channel as well. So maybe checking out some of those videos might be helpful for you. You know, the root of the issue for you will make itself known. Be open to the information you receive from your body, mind, and environment. So, yes, so those are the general messages, or I should say the messages overall. And so the next step of our process, okay, we have cards wanting to be heard. The next step of our process is to select some soul truth cards to take with you. These are basically, it's like soul homework, if you will, messages, questions for you to take with you to contemplate on, to meditate through, to journal on for the week ahead. So we are going to pick 3 of these, and our first card is, how can I surrender even more in this moment? It is essential to have clear, strong intentions of what we desire, but it's equally important for us to detach from the outcome. It's time to surrender. Let the universe have some breathing room to work. Let go of the wheel and trust so deeply that your trust turns into gratitude for what you cannot see yet. Oh my gosh. But you know it's coming. Faye! Your soul action for the week is to know this so deeply that your soul vibrates. You are not alone. Your life has purpose, and the more you surrender, the more God can produce miracles in your life. So your mantra for the week is, I surrender. I accept all that I cannot change. I release the outcome and I joyfully trust the process. I feel like the last group we talked about this idea that the adventure, the process of getting to our destination is the story we tell, right? That's what we remember about the situation. I feel like that's the similar message in that question. Making space for other things to happen that are outside of your control, because, we are so limited here. We are so limited in the fact that, our corporeal beings are only capable of doing so much. And that stepping away from it, again, this just reminds me of like planting the seed. We plant the seed, we fertilize the ground, we till it, we till the ground, we fertilize the ground, we plant the seed, we water the seed, and then we have to take a step back and allow the sun, allow all the nutrients in the soil, and allow the seed itself to sprout and grow. So I feel like that's kind of a similar situation, that there is action. There are things that we need to do, but then there's a point where the need for action is done. It's over. We've done what we needed to do, and now it's just about allowing space for energy bigger than our energy alone, because we activate. When we do things, when we affirm and we speak things into our lives and we think things into our lives and we, actually put in physical work in some situations, we are activating the universe to respond to us. It's a call and response. It's a give and it's a take. So we have to allow space for a reception. We have to be open to receiving as well. All right, lots of messages in that one. Let's see. Let's see what our next question is. I'm digging in here. Am I focused on what I am losing or gaining? Are you going through some change? Are you scared to let go because of what you might lose? What if you shifted your focus from what you might lose to what you might gain? Endings are actually new beginnings. That's very Death Tarot card energy to me. Your soul action for the week is to make a list of all the things you will gain from the change you are going through. Feel your heart. Take a breath and deepen into trust. Amazing things are coming. So I feel like this idea of breaking free, this is totally about change. Our whole conversation today was about change. Taking action by breaking whatever it is that is bonding you, and being free, in order to be free. That's the outcome. And I feel like, focusing on what you're losing, right? You're losing what you know. You're losing because what you're in now, what that is. Good, bad, or indifferent. You are familiar with that. So that is something that you're losing, and that might mean a relationship or a job or something. As you take action to free yourself, you're going to be losing something. But instead of focusing on the loss, focusing on what you are gaining from that. Again, that freedom. What does that actually mean to you? That is a very subjective word. And that means that you have the power to define what that is to you, what that means to you, and so that you are manifesting that gain, whatever that is. Am I clear on what my soul really wants? I feel like we had this one for the last group as well. And I feel like that's really what we're working through in a lot of cases. This is so applicable to so many things. So take out the shoulds and limitations, get out of your head and pay attention to your heart's desires instead. If you knew it was impossible to fail, what would you do? Wherever you go, go with your heart. The soul action is to ask yourself, what is it that your soul really wants? What does your heart crave? Then take a step in that direction. And I feel like this is very much so connected to this idea of freedom. If you are breaking free, what are you breaking free to? What is that outcome? And I feel like that is what your soul wants. I feel like that is what your soul is craving, is whatever that freedom is to you. And of course, that is going to vary depending on who you are and what your values are and what you want and what you desire in life. I feel like if you maybe have additional questions, and you want to do maybe a little birth chart peek. I mean, there's lots of different factors, but I feel like your Venus placement will give you really good hints at, you know, what pleases you, what you desire, what you want. And again, it's a complicated question. Like, what your soul really wants is a complicated and layered question, because we are layered beings, you know? That's just how we were created. All right, group number 2. So these are the messages that I have channeled for you today. I certainly hope this was filling for you and uplifting for you. If something did resonate, please make sure to drop a comment and let me know what did. Also, let me know which question you're going with this week, which question you're leaning into this week down in the comment section. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are not already, as well as liking my Facebook page and checking out my Etsy shop, where I curate content there to help you on your spiritual and life journey. So thank you again so much, beautiful soul, for sharing space with me today and allowing me into your sacred spiritual space. And I will see you in an upcoming video. Bye. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. We're going to go ahead and give our Mermaid Oracle deck a shuffle. What messages, soul-filling messages do you have for group number 3 for the week? What soul-filling messages? What soul-filling messages do you have for my beautiful group number 3? All right, so let's see what energy popped for you. Ooh, acceptance. Yeah, I feel like the energy that I'm getting right off the bat here with acceptance is this idea of really about self-acceptance. I believe it's really about looking inside of you and seeing the light, seeing the dark, seeing the grays in between, and accepting that that is who you are. That's what makes you who you are. I feel like, you know, a lot of the times where we get shameful about those shadows, you know, the shadow energy or the things that we're not the proudest of, the flaws and stuff like that. But it's really the flaws that make us uniquely who we are. It is that shadow energy in collaboration and connection with the light energy that makes us who we are. Oh my gosh, and we got the sun. How befitting. I feel like that is, you know, the sun energy is all about positivity and abundance, and I feel like accepting who you are is going to bring you positivity. It's going to bring you abundance. Just that soul, that's just life-giving sun energy, and acceptance is so that. I feel like acceptance is also going to give you a lot of confidence in who you are, confidence in, you know, the things that you're great at. And I feel like that's just going to magnify the sun energy in you. We have the Fool energy, and I feel like in this particular case, this idea of optimism, this idea of freedom, like accepting yourself, is going to bring you massive amounts of freedom. You know, having that faithful type of energy as you kind of move through life nonchalantly. You know, our Fool energy is that very, like, you know, going out into the world, I will be taken care of. I'm just out here to live. Oh my gosh, we have all major cards for you. So I feel like Spirit is coming all the way out and showing out today for you to let you know that, you know what, you have all of this power. You have the power of the universe, the power of the sun. You have powerful, optimistic energy. You have freedom energy, all in your favor with this idea of fortitude. So fortitude is equivalent to the strength card. So I feel like this idea, like staying power, this idea of power, not necessarily like brute force power, but like this idea of a gentle ruler, this idea of winning people over with words and building a team up, building people up, building resources up around you. And I feel like a lot of that energy is coming. A lot of that energy will come for you when you accept yourself completely and wholly, without, you just get to the point where you're like, yeah, that's a flaw, and, like, keep it pushing, keep it moving, focusing on your strengths, leaning into your strengths. If there is a weakness that you have that you feel needs to be strengthened in order to accomplish something that you want to accomplish, I feel like there's a strong encouragement indeed to do just that. And then we have our plantain, which is all about nourishments. We on a daily basis nourish ourselves, our physical bodies. We eat, we drink water, we sleep, we rest. And I feel like the message here is to also, not forget your soul, your spirit, nourishing your soul, nourishing your spirit, nourishing your relationships. All of this, caring for the plants that caring for the seeds that you have planted is going to bring you abundance. After you plant them, you just don't like completely hands off. You weed the garden after that, you water it if that's necessary, all of that stuff. So you're still maintaining that. So I feel like, being in this conversation right now, this idea of nourishing your spirit, you are already on your way, and I feel like that's really why I wanted to make these Soulful Sevens, is to give us an opportunity every single week to focus on ourselves and filling up our own cups, making sure that we are aligned and in harmony with ourselves and we are connected. I always imagine like a string being held up like at the top, the very top of your head, that crown chakra, and it falls straight down through your body to your root chakra without interruption. This idea of alignment, this idea of connection, this idea of nourishment, nourishing ourselves, hearing the things that we need to hear, doing the work on ourselves that we need to do. That is why we are here. Oh my gosh. And then we have carnelian, which always reminds me of the sun energy with its bright orange energy. Oh my gosh, I love it. The energy for our carnelian is this idea of feeding your creativity, which we literally just talked about, planting seeds and stuff, and we have the sun. So I am getting the energy right now. I'm just got this burst of just really exciting energy around creativity. And, with the Fool energy, this idea of fortitude and the sun and nourishing, I feel like all of the signs are pointing to you really digging into, and leaning into an endeavor, and a creative endeavor. And if you have a question mark of what you think that is, I feel like going on this journey of acceptance, accepting yourself for who you are, looking inside and seeing the light and the dark and the gray, and accepting that that is all a part of you, that makes you up. And I feel like settling in that is going to give you the confidence and the clarity to see exactly where you need to be, what you need to be doing. And I feel like it will really expose that creative side of you and what that will look like for your life. And I'm also giving the message here that it will bring you abundance. Leaning into that creative energy, feeding your creative energy freely and with optimistic energy is going to bring you abundance. Okay, we are on a struggle here. All right, literally throwing cards across everywhere. Okay, and so there are some cards that flew somewhere far, and I don't know where they are, so I will look for them later. But we have lemon. I'm telling you, it gets wild over here, you know. So our lemon energy is our third eye chakra energy. And befitting enough, the keyword is clarity. The trigger statement here is, I am so confused. But the truth is, I am present. Allow your mind to clear and let the noise of your thoughts fall away. Listen to your intuition. Yes. Yeah, I feel like I feel like the Fool energy is very much solely connected with this idea of clarity. Because if you look at the imagery, it is this, okay, she's struggling. It is this figure walking with like a veil over their face. So I feel like they're really going it on faith is what is the message that I'm getting from that. But I feel like this idea is like trusting your intuition. When you close your eyes, do you see clearly? You know, working on your third eye chakra is a very interesting. You know, when I'm grounding myself to do these readings and I tap into my third eye energies, like when I close my eyes and I feel the intuition like activating, it's like, you know, I don't know how to describe it except for like, you know, it's like this sound that starts really small and then it starts to grow and grow and grow. And then it's like, you know, when you close your eyes, all you see is darkness. But then when your third eye opens, all of a sudden it's like, oh, I see now. You know, I see clearly exactly what is real, what is reality. So I think this idea of clarity is really what you're going to discover as you go on this journey of acceptance. So I feel like in general, you know, our message is really talking about bringing abundance into your life by leaning into your authentic self. So this idea of accepting exactly who you are and understanding that who you are is the good, the bad, and all of that in between. That we are not all light. We are dark as well. We are gray as well. And that is actually what makes us uniquely who we are. So group number 3, these are the messages that I have channeled for you today. The general messages. We're definitely going to add some soul truth cards to your reading. The intent and purpose behind this segment of our conversation is to really lay out some options basically for you to take. So it's some soul homework, if you will. The idea is that you select one of the questions to take with you for the week, that you meditate, journal, contemplate, ponder on for the week, and work through to help build your spiritual and soul life and existence. So let's shuffle our soul truth deck here. What questions do we have for group number 3 today? What questions? Okay, I'm feeling almost took a whole bunch here. This one. Where am I with my health goals? Where do I want to be? Why am I not there? What will it take for me to feel well? Well, that was a whole bunch of questions. If my body could talk, it would say, the soul action for the week is to feed your body what it needs to feel nourished. Very interesting that we have nourish as our keyword from our Botanical Oracle. Feed your body what it needs to feel nourished, appreciated, and loved. Make some new exciting goals to take your health to the next level. Okay. And then our next question, literally turned over in the deck. What am I most afraid of losing? As we grow, change, and transform our lives, it requires us to let go of something that was to make room for what will be. If you were to take the big leap today, would you feel scared of losing love, safety, or belonging? What if it was a big fat lie? What if it was impossible to lose any of those things because you have the power to give everything you need to yourself? Your soul action for the week is to name that fear and look at the worst case scenario. Find a solution. Take your power back by being certain of who you are and where you are going. The mantra is, I move forward knowing I am powerful beyond measure, I am loved, I am safe, and I belong. That's a really solid one right there. What am I most afraid of losing? Yeah, you know, I feel like with that sun energy, I feel like there's a lot of like intense and uplifting and light and bright energy. And I feel like, you know, the fear for some of you might have been to acknowledge those dark sides, you know, acknowledging those shadowy sides. And I feel like once you do that, again, accepting yourself completely, that will magnify, in fact, the light energy inside of you, the positive, uplifting energy, and it will bring you abundance. This card did not want to go back in. From whom can I release my judgment right now? Judgment closes our heart to truth and separates us from love. It binds us to our fears and holds us in shame. On whom are you placing judgment right now? Is it someone in your life? Is it yourself? Release the shackles, drop the expectations, and be grateful for what is. Your soul action for the week is to look at the person you are judging as if you are looking at a small child. See them learning and growing, falling down and making mistakes. See their desire to be loved and accepted. Add even more grace to open your heart to this truth. When I lift the judgment from myself and others, I uncover my own truth. I am loved, I am whole, I am limitless, and so are they. That's a good message. Very powerful messages for you today. Group number 3. Okay. So, my beautiful souls, these are the messages that I have channeled for you today. I certainly hope this was helpful for you. I hope this was a cup-filling experience for you. If this resonated, please drop a comment and let me know exactly what it did. Also, let me know which question that you are taking forward with you for the week, that you are going to be working on, contemplating on for the week. Also, make sure to click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are not already. As well as liking my Facebook page and checking out my Etsy shop where I curate content there to help you on your spiritual and life journey. Thank you again, beautiful soul, for spending time with me today, and I will see you in an upcoming video. Bye.